I'm already recording. Thank you for the heads up. Um, so I'm saying that the sell pressure on GJ is very strong. So we might not have that much of high retracement. It's going to retest this support because somehow it has retested it here. And if you see the retest here, it's just a minimum retest. But I'll be so happy if we can have that much of retest so that price can be ready to move. Because if that happens, I mean, we are saying that the next place we are going is the next zone here without any wahala. We are going to touch this zone without any wahala, and that's what I'm expecting GBP to do. But whichever way, I'll watch out for the retest. But all we are looking for is a lower high on the PR zone, on any of the PR level, and then 38.2, 50.0, or 61.8. Let DJ form a lower high there, and then we can sell powerfully to the zone. So that's that simple. So drop your PLS, look at it. Okay, thank you, Ali, for that. So that's so let me have your pair before I get into the concept of developing your own trading plan. Now, trading plan is very important, so I want to take as much time as possible to discuss that and take as much question as possible. So week in, week out, we're going to be picking concepts like that and discussing them extensively. So let's drop Euro GBP. So let's look for Euro GBP. Euro GBP. Euro GBP. Euro GBP. Somehow, I don't know, maybe because of my experience with that pair, I really don't like it. Euro and GBP, I don't know. I mean, they are just what they are. But let's check them out. Maybe because when it's consolidating, the consolidating is just too much. I mean, it's just when it's busy consolidating, it can be there for as long as your patience can last. I mean, that was what it did for me. I mean, I was just there, not taking it. So this is obvious. This is Euro GBP. So let's put our key level fast, 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 fast. So the next thing is, can we get a trend line? Let's check that out. Maybe. Next thing, I would like to quickly measure these retracements. Obviously 50.0 retracement, and then market retested at 8.2 again. So I mean, this is more like a short trade already. Now market rejected 50, rejected 38. There's bullish engulfing. Just to be sure, you might just wait for this to be engulfed, for this mini resistance to be broken, and then you can buy all the way to the top. That's what I would probably say. Yes, that's because this resistance there has been broken. So what we are looking for is a lower and higher low. So either this get broken or this get retested, whichever way. So we are saying market goes up break 23.6 and you sell and you buy it to this point. But this most certain is this 30.2 getting retested. Either this or maybe we should just drag this here so that we can have, so whichever one, either I get retested. So we should just watch out for any of those, any of that. And obviously the bullish pressure is obvious. The bullish pressure is obvious. But if it decides to come down, we will still maintain a bullish structure until 61.8 is broken and retested. So that's the game. So any other pair we want us to check one more, one or two more. I can take one or two more, and then we can move into what we want to discuss. So while I'm waiting for that, let me go to Forex Factory. Let's look at the news for the week, and then um, the news for the week, and then Stayola, I've unmuted you. You can speak now. I think you want to speak. Go ahead, sir. So, holy shit. So, this is the lineup for the week. I can see a lot of red. From Monday, USD is in trouble. All you USD trader, USD is in trouble from Monday. But it's okay. Even
EJ, please.
he said?
EJ.
Okay. Let's check EJ. I'll check EJ after now. So now this is the news lineup. So Monday we have USD. That's pitch again. Wow. Tuesday we have GBP and USD. So Tuesday we have GBP. Wednesday we have NZD, Euro. Thursday we have CHF and USD. Friday USD. So, but the ones that really concern me so much is personally now is Tuesday 8:30 a.m. I think I will just trade London session on Tuesday. I will leave New York session for. I will leave. Which one is even the first one? Can't remember again. So EJ, let's check EJ as requested by. So this is EJ Euro GPY. Okay, I have some things on EJ already. So this is EJ. The bearish pressure is obvious, but then it depends on what market decide to do. But look at it, 50.0 got rejected, 13.2 got rejected, and market closed. So if you judge by these fib rejections, there's still an avenue for market to come now. Let's see how close it is to the next zone. Okay, so market might just want to come settle down here. But then that's one. Second thing to check is this is a high, this is a low, this is a lower high. So we are supposed to have a lower low, which didn't happen. So market did not break this. So if this goes up to create something higher than this, then the bearish structure has been broken, and we should be looking for a higher low to sell. I mean to buy rather. We should be looking for a buy setup on this key level. Do you understand my point, sir?
Yes,
Judging,
very well.
so it is just that simple, because we're supposed to see a lower low, and then market has rejected this. So this is not breaking according to what we have here. So it's if market open and it still does not break, and the market creates something higher, you should look for a lower on this uh, resistance that will have turned to support, and then buy from there. Mr. Nuru, welcome. How you doing? We are analyzing one pair. So if you have a pair you want us to quickly check, please drop it so that we can do that before we move into our discussion for today. Mr. Ife, drop your chart too. I mean, drop your pair too. Let's look at one or two other pair before we get into the concept we want to discuss tonight. So so the news lineup today. Now that what I want to talk about today, for some of us that are most mobile than having the luxury to have to be on your seat most of the days of the week. I mean, if your work require that you move more than you sit, you might have to you have to be consciously move around with this. You have to find a way to remind yourself. But if you sit down more, then I would recommend you have sticky notes to put some of these things down and stick it where you always see them. So either on your wall, in your workspace, the background of your laptop, whatever it is that where you need to put to see, so that you can always be reminded as often as possible. So since I'm not getting any pair to check, let's get into the concept of developing a trading plan. So what is a trading plan basically? Now, it's it is the way you trade. But then if I ask us today, how do you trade? Now you might be very quick to tell me, okay, I look for this, I look for that, and I take my trade. But then by the time we look at all of your trade, by the time we go to your MT4 interface and look at all of your trade going back, we'll see that what the method you highlighted for us is not what you use for all of your trade. It can be now if you want to be certain, if you want to bet that with me, just go check your charts, just go check your trades and see if what I said is true. Okay. Okay, good. Let me check that, and I don't want to break this discussion. Let me see if I can quickly check good, and then we go. So as I was talking about, as I was saying, so I know we know how we trade, but then how consistent are you with your trading method? Now, I don't know about you, but there are some trades you've taken before that you know that it was just based on emotions. So it's just based on FOMO, that is fear of missing out. So it's um, just based on emotion generally. You did not follow what you were, so you did, probably you did not wait for your candle to close, you did not wait for your confirmation. Something was just, I mean, it's not just always wrong. And then when those trades goes wrong, we logically we're not supposed to blame ourselves, we're not supposed to blame anything. We're not supposed to say anything wrong because you know that Nami fuck up, that kind of a thing. Because you know that you were supposed to wait for this, wait for that, and all of that. But then because of one thing or the other, you just, took it, hurried into it, and all of that. So, and that's what having a trading plan try to eliminate. So what am I saying? We are saying that you document the way you trade, more like a checklist, a flow chart, whichever way that is convenient for you, just document it and then try as much as possible to stick to it. And that's what we are talking about. So if you scalp, write down your scalping strategy, the process to it. If you trade normal intraday that we most of us do, write the process to it. If you swing, write the process to it, and that's where your sticky note and all of that will be useful. I said it earlier in today's discussion that this is where you're trading your, what do we call it? This thing will be useful. So, so I'm going to use Maya as an example, probably just use, okay, before I go to using Maya as an example, let's look at, to save time, let me just use Maya as an example. But that will happen after I have done, let's look at gold, and I'm trying to do two things at a time, that is talking about developing our trading strategy, trading plan rather, and then still looking at gold. There's only one bias I have about gold, and it is buy. You know why? I've said it several times in this meeting that until this trend line get broken, I'm not going to have a bearish sentiment on gold. Not yet. No matter how strong dollar decides to go in recent, in future times or so, until this trend line get broken, I'm not in any way thinking. So if I'm going to sell gold, maybe just a quick one, a quick scalp and all of that. But so that is just what I see, because if you look at it, price, the candle that touched this trend line reversed as quick as possible. So it is a solid one. And until this trend line get broken, I don't want to in any way get into. Now I want you to see something beyond the candle. See this steady line I placed on the candle. So can you see this? Can you see this green bar, something? It is volume. So once candle touched this trend line, the buy pressure was massive. Now you can go and check again. Look at this place. Once um, once price touch this trend line, the volume almost always rises. Even the one that is not close to it, the volume rise. I mean, it's just like that. So this trend line is one of these, for me currently, one of the most solid diagonal support I have on gold. Until that get broken, and I'm not, and then if you can see the wicks here, they are higher lows. This is a low, this is a higher low, this is higher low, this is higher low. So market keeps forming higher low, even though seems to be forming a lower high as well. So more like we are in a triangle that will most likely break out anytime soon. So if it breaks out, if it break up, which I think is most likely going to happen, but anything is possible. So if it breaks up, good. If it breaks down, good. Anywhere it breaks. So, but then as far as I'm concerned, I'm more concerned about the higher lows it's forming than any other thing. Higher lows. So it's just, that's what I see. Standard, that's what I see on gold. So that said, so talking about my trading my trading plan, right? That's what we are discussing. So so the first thing I want to talk about is, if I want to take a trade, the first thing I want to know is, Okay, once I open my chart, the first thing I do is draw. So I say draw key level. I draw my key levels and then draw my trend lines. So draw my trend lines. Okay. Um, Locate recent um, high. I locate recent high and low. So I try to locate my recent high and low so that I can use my fib, draw fib, draw fib, wait, then wait for price on fib PR zone. So I'm just telling you the way. So all of this, I can get to do all of this in 5 minutes, but then because I've done it over and over again, so wait for price on fib. Once price gets to that, the next thing I do is observe market structure, observe market structure, then if uptrend, buy a higher low, if downtrend, sell a lower high. Confirmation. You are looking as if you are looking like this one is so much for me. Now that's my own. It's not, it doesn't have to be your own. Confirmation, engulfing candle. That's just my own confirmation. There are a few other ones you can use, but that's what have been working for me. How do I spell engulfing again? Okay. Engulfing, moderately engulfing candle, not those big fake out candles. So moderately engulfing candle. Let me use moderate. Moderate engulfing candle. It means candle with wicks on both sides. So this is my own, and I have it where I have it. So these are the things I check. So if I take a trade without observing all of these things and I lose that trade, now me fuck up. So the idea is, this is your checklist. So it's as good as say you check them one by one, and then when you take your trade, let me put this and this together. So I know this is rough, but then I'm just showing you. I don't want to just give you what I've written down. I want us to think it out and do it. So this is it. So for me, 7 things I check before I take a trade. So you have to draw your own out based on your understanding of how you trade. So the truth is, if I stay with this, and the truth is, to be very sincere with you, there are a few times I still miss it. Like I still just rough it, like, let me just chook head. Let me just, chook head, and then I will chook head, and the thing will chook my head back, you know. And there will be times I will say, let me chook head. No, let me wait small. And then I will have the patience to wait, and I will see that, the confirmation I was waiting for did not print. I wanted to jump in anyway, but then I had the strange energy to restrain, and then I saw that it was a fake out, and I said, thank God I waited. I'm sure you must have experienced some of those things before, and that's why we need to draw a trading plan for yourself, and then okay, maybe the next, depending on you, is my own trade is always on 1:3. That is 20 pips SL or 60 pips 60 pips TP. So that's my any trade that will take more than 30 pips from me, I don't think I want to trade it. I mean, I'm sure you've been hearing this from me over and over and over again. So this is my risk to reward. So this is my risk to reward. So any question? Please, this might turn off in 3 minutes. Just join again, please. Unless we are done. Okay. Please go ahead, Mr. Yola, go ahead.
Please, what do you mean by observe market structure?
Okay, let me go to the chart and show you a quick one. Okay, like the one I spoke about when we were looking at TJ. Now, look at this now. One thing that I know can never fail is market structure. Look at gold. This is a low, this is a higher low, higher low, higher low. You know, if market keeps making higher low, either it is the same highs or slightly higher high or not, it's still going up. Now, in this case, we just have lower highs, and then that means we cannot tell when it's going to break. I mean, the breaking is more like 50-50. But let's say price was just touching the same high, and it's still giving us higher low, higher low, higher lows. I mean, we are sure that it's just a matter of time. Price must break to the upside, because higher lows is telling you that buyers are not waiting to this price to buy again. So sellers brought the price down, buyers bought. I mean, sellers could not bring it down to the last point. So buyers came in earlier this time, came in earlier again, came in earlier again. At the end of the day, they are going to take over the market. So let's look at another. Okay, let's go to that EJ again. Okay, so how do we? Okay, so this is it. We saw a high here, we saw a low here, we saw a lower high. I mean, the next thing is a lower low, which is not formed. So what I'm looking for is this is showing us there's a potential break of structure, because if it's going to continue a downtrend, it has given us a lower low, which didn't happen. So the bearish structure is being threatened here, even though the pressure is obvious, but the structure is being threatened. So if markets go ahead and give us something higher here, then the bearish structure is broken, and we are looking for a bullish structure. We just wait for what a higher low, and then we buy.